Hello, everybody. Today we're at a pet cemetery. As you can see, there's a marker here that says Buddy. I just thought I would come through here and see if there's any life, so to speak, spiritual. See if there's any type of spiritual activity here. It's the first time I've been in a pet cemetery ever, unfortunately. This is. I can feel like there's animals here, most definitely. I can feel the energy and things from it. This is at the. I can't remember. What was the cemetery name again?
Grandview.
Grandview. Okay, this is the Grandview Cemetery in Fairmont, West Virginia. But I can tell the difference between a human cemetery and a pet cemetery. I mean, there's different types of animals here: cats, dogs, rabbits, um, all kinds of different animals. For some reason, I'm actually feeling bird. It's like it's got yellow and blue on it. Um, it just it's kind of flapping its wings. I'm not too sure where it's at though. So it's most definitely different though. German shepherds. You can tell the cemetery is well taken care of, but not all the markers are visible like it would be in a human cemetery. It don't look like there's been any new burials here, so I think I'm just going to go back to the car and go on up the hill where the human cemetery is. But before we do that, I'm going to walk back down this hill. I noticed that there looks like there are plots down here by the building. I'm not too sure if maybe it could have been an older cemetery where they put the blacktop down. I'm not too sure about that, but I do sense some similarity of being upset because they've been disturbed. I'm not too sure what that's about.
Unpause.
There's a couple headstones here on the ground. I don't know if they're for show or not, but that could be what I'm feeling. I'm not too sure what it is. It says Smith family and a Harrison. So I'm not too sure if these were headstones that were just placed here in order to give an example of what a headstone might look like or not. But then if you come over here on the other side of this blacktop, there are actual plots here. So this kind of makes me wonder about certain things. Um, this person died in 2006, another one died in 1995. So
That's a dog.
I'm not too sure what it is. Yeah, it is a dog in there.
Hmm.
So maybe it's part of the pet cemetery as well. Over here is another headstone, which I think is very pretty actually, with the RV on it and all. That's for a human. So none of this is making sense to me. Maybe there's just samples of what they can do for headstones. I'm not sure. But if you come over here, you can see the little things here that go around the circle when the wind hits them. They're butterflies, which is actually kind of cute. And then there's another stone here. It says in memory of Stephen Thompson. So I'm not too sure if it's actual burial area or not, because when you look at these trees here, that's actually over a hill. So, but once again, I'm going to walk back to my car, and we're going to go up the hill this way and go to the other part of the cemetery.
One.
So we're at the top of the hill at the main part of the cemetery. We're here at a mausoleum. I'm just going to kind of walk around and see if I can get any um, feelings from it or anything. I know when I first got out of the car, I started smelling a real sweet smell, which is a good scent. It's a good omen when it comes to being in cemeteries because it speaks about um, spirits that are actually nicer spirits when you smell the sweet smell. Sometimes you can even smell like um, like if somebody was a cook at one time, they may have the smell of the food on them or something. Sometimes you can get that scent from them as well. You just never know what you're going to smell or see when you walk into a cemetery. But here's the mausoleum. We can actually walk inside this mausoleum, which I'm going to do here. But first, I'm going to kind of like walk around it. Um, I was here the other day, and it was just a easy feeling around through here. Here on the side, you'll be able to see the names of some of the people that were put in this mausoleum, which is really easy feelings here. A friend of mine's grandmother was actually put here. Her name was Betty J. Bartholow. And then there's a Clarence Bartholow there as well. According to what it says up there, he was in the U.S. Army in World War II. Sorry about that. So when I was here last, I actually did a few things for a friend of mine, explaining to him about Betty, which was his grandmother. I kind of explained to him about her wanting him as a grandchild because she was really excited over him and all, and she really loved him, and she was telling him that she was sorry over something that had happened. I believe it was about his grandfather, but I'm not positive what that was now. But she is very sorry. Later, what I'll do is I'll bring him back up here, and I'll have him stand here with me with the camera, and I will actually do a reading on video for him. That way, you can see exactly what she was talking about. So we're walking on around through here. Of course, we're going to have to go down some steps, which I am not very good at steps at all. We're going to walk inside here in this part of the area and just kind of look around and see what we can feel. It's actually warmer in here than what it was out there. So I'll walk in here and I can actually smell something, but I'm not too sure what it is. It's not a sweet smell at this moment, but there is a smell. It could be something completely different, but I don't feel anything bad here. But I think this is really cute here for a tenant with the Snoopy fella here. No, I'm sorry, Charlie Brown. I really like that. That was different. That wasn't there last time I was here. So we'll probably come back here later as well when it gets darker. So maybe I can get a little more of a sign or something from these individuals. But as you tell, I mean, they go way up high. So I know that most definitely there's enough space here. This here is what I think is kind of obvious, There's a gate here. If he steps back, you can see the name of the people that's going to be going there. Is mansions. Of course, here in West Virginia, the mansions are the big thing. So I believe Joe Manchin was one of the Charlie.
Senator.
Yeah, senator. Sorry.
It's also a governor at one point.
And governor of West Virginia. So as you can see, there's one big area just waiting for them to pass away and be placed. So, and then of course, with the gate, I figure the reason why the gate is there is so nobody can go in and possibly break into anything and steal valuables out of there, I guess. I'm not too sure. I know by myself I wouldn't. But now we're going to step back outside, and like I said, we're going to clear around the building before we do a lot of it. It smells better out here. Once again, it's really high. It's just, relaxing out here. I think it's a little bit more relaxing up here on this side than what it was on the other side, because I had a lot of mumbles and stuff towards me, but I'm not too sure who was what there. So we're gonna have to see maybe if I can get somebody that is buried there, one of their family members here, to see if I can connect with them in order to tell them what they want to say. And then back up the steps we go. Of course, there's more people here. I'm getting somebody that's angry here. I'm not too sure who it is, but I think they might be angry because I'm actually videotaping what I'm doing. So that could be a big part of it. Sometimes spirits don't like the idea of being having somebody there with a camera, which is very understandable. They just want to be left alone. This person that I'm feeling the spirit, they most definitely want to be left alone. They're kind of angry about it, but they're actually being nice angry, if that makes any sense. But as we walk around, most of it's an easy feeling, other than that one spirit not wanting any interference with the camera. Of course, my car. And now we're going to go through the front entrance here. When the last time I was here, when I walked in here, it had a really sweet smell to it. There was a plug-in in here to make everything smell good, but when I looked at it, it was actually empty. So we'll see if the same thing happens. Not so sweet smell today. But we're here, as you can see, it's like a little chapel, which I think is a great way to celebrate life for all of them here. It's kind of echoey in here from when I talk. Yeah, so we have a little visitor. I don't know if you heard that or not. It actually made Mr. Cameraman jump, or maybe jump a little bit too. So yeah, we most definitely have a visitor here. I would say it's the one that is very upset of us coming here. There's that smell again, but it's not a sweet smell. It's something else. But here is a air freshener, and it is actually empty. It is. So, maybe, just maybe, the smell that I did smell from here, the last time I was here, it was sweet, was coming from that, but it was empty, and there was no way to tell which way the scent was coming from. So I'm just going to sit down here for a minute and see if I can feel anything. There's little noises that you probably can't hear every once in a while here. So, but something was just thrown out here or something. I don't know what it was. It felt like something hit me right through here. A lot of the people here were a little bit older that were buried here. But I'm getting the sense of a young man. I'm thinking maybe teens or a little bit younger. They actually want to be playful. That could have been who that was that touched the front of my face here. I'm not hearing anything else. I'm not feeling anybody that's jumping out at me, except for the one thing that on my face. But we're most definitely going to come back here when it gets dark. Hopefully we can get in the cemetery, and there's no gate or anything, so we should be able to come here and be able to be in here with no issues. I feel like somebody other than myself just then is sitting in some of these chairs. I wish I could explain to you the excitement that they're feeling. Like they're excited somebody has come and is visiting. So this person is about this tall. It's a female, of course. I don't know what it is, but it's usually females that I see. But it's a female standing about my height, maybe a little bit shorter, maybe about my height. She's got darker hair, and she's got a beautiful outfit on. It looks like could be like a silky net type. I'm not too sure how to explain it, but her shirt is very beautiful. It's like a peach color, and then she has a pair of dress pants on, and with those dress pants, she has some very pretty shoes on. They're heels is what they are. She's telling me, thank you. What this thank you is about, I'm not too sure, but she is most definitely telling me thank you. And she hopes that somebody will return in order to visit her again because she hasn't been visited for a while. Well, of course, we know after a loved one dies, we will visit quite a bit at first, but then later, I don't care who you are, later, you start coming less and less to see that loved one where they are buried at, and at times it completely stops. So I think that's what may have happened to her, but she's very excited. She's just kind of getting something about getting the groove on. I'm not too sure what that's about, but she's saying something about getting the groove on. Maybe it's actually, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but she keeps saying it's time to get the groove on. So I'm hoping maybe one of her loved ones sees this video to understand who she is and all. But yeah, she's just kind of like right over in here. She is. I'm not too sure what it is. She's like just really excited right now. Very excited. I can't explain it all. She's just happy. So yeah, I'm hoping that her family sees this video, and with the way I described her and all, I hope they recognize who she is and actually comes and visits her. But she is most definitely a happy camper here. You can actually hear some creaks in here every once in a while, which I think is normal. Earlier, we had the door all the way shut, and the cameraman was facing me, and you could hear the door being messed with, and it even slammed. Normally, this door here does not slam. Okay, now I'm kind of seeing somebody putting their hand out like this. I'm not too sure what they're trying to gesture at, but their hand is like this. And this one is actually a male. Like I said earlier, normally females come to me before a male will, but this gentleman, he's just kind of putting his hand out like this, as if he's asking me to hold his hand to help him up. He's in a black suit. I mean, of course, with funerals and all, a lot of people are buried in black suits, but this gentleman here has got a shorter haircut. It's like a military style haircut, and he is just trying to take my hand. Now, if I try to go for his hand, of course, my hand will go through his because he's not visible for everybody else to see, but he's very outspoken right now, very outspoken. He's speaking about the war that he was in. With this war, there was a lot of bloodshed, but of course with any war there is bloodshed. He's actually about this tall. He's got darker hair and it's military cut. He was not buried in his military uniform. He was in a black suit. And then I'm seeing like a little handkerchief or something poking out of a pocket on his jacket of the suit. And he's saying he used to wear glasses. Once again, I'm hoping somebody sees this video and comes to visit him because he deserves to be visited. This gentleman is exactly what I'm saying, a gentleman, but he just keeps putting his hand out as if help me get up or something. But he, like I said, he's taller than I am. I'm seeing glasses, and these glasses are like the 60s, 70s style glasses. I'm not too sure what that's about, but he's showing me that. And he is actually also saying, whoop, shoot, and boogie. That kind of sounds like a song, a country song, but yeah, that's kind of what he's saying, whoop, shoot, and boogie. Or maybe he's explaining to me about what he had to do while he was over in the war. Of course, you're going to have to get the hell out of there really quick if somebody comes through with guns and starts shooting at you. So most definitely, that's understandable with what he's saying there. I'm actually starting to see a military outfit, the camouflage. He has shown me that he was in the army. The way it seems, because the hat that they would wear, they call them cotton hats. I'm sorry for the speech, but they call it a cotton hat. And he's explained to me he had to wear things like this while he was in the military. It just kind of throws me a little bit on how much he's trying to talk to me. But in the meantime, the other spirit is here too, but she's kind of like trying to push her way through him talking to me, and I'm trying to listen to one person at a time here, because sometimes it can get very crowded and loud when you go into mausoleums like this, or even in a cemetery, with spirits wanting to get their family to understand what happened. Sometimes I'll hear, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it to happen this way," which it just actually is kind of what I'm hearing from him to a point. But it just depends on the spirit. So, but yeah, he's here, Mr. Military. I'm hoping again that somebody here in Fairmont will see this video and actually come here to the mausoleum and visit this fellow. Even if the other people in his family has passed away, hopefully someone newer that, like, hold on, I'm hearing something like in their 20s. There's somebody in their 20s that they haven't seen for a while. Maybe they were an infant or something when he was buried. I'm not too sure about what it is about that. And then he's shown me a woman with this child. She had blonde brown hair at one time, and he's shown me like a white dress. Maybe it's a wedding dress or something, but he's just trying to show me all different types of things to hopefully get somebody here that might understand. He is very thankful for me telling you guys of what I'm seeing and all, and he's very hopeful for family members, like I said, to actually come and visit. But he's not the only one that needs to be visited. The other young lady that I spoke about, she needs to be visited too. I do believe no matter how long they've been buried or how long they've been in the mausoleum, I do believe they all deserve to be visited. And that's what I'm kind of doing when I do these videos in cemeteries. I love the thought of visiting people, because they may not have had somebody visit them for years at a time. So yeah, I'm slowly making my way to the door. I would say I'm trying to sneak out of here, but there's no sneaking out of here, because they're starting to come to me quite a bit. There's actually some people standing by the steps. And they're just kind of waiting their turn, but they're going to have to wait a little bit longer. I'll have to come back again to speak with others or anything like that. I'm actually seeing the Smith here. That for some reason I looked over and that it's kind of pulled me towards these two beautiful people. They have messages as well they want to get out, and they want their loved ones to know that they were fine when it happened. They feel like they're finally together, which of course the one passed away in 2023, and then Carl had passed away in 2010, so there was a 13-year gap there between when they passed away. She is saying that angels came beside her when she had passed away, when she took her last breath, which is normal. Oh, that was weird. I've seen somebody over in this way. One person at a time here. But yeah, she wants them to know that things are okay, and that when she had passed, there were actually angels, that's why she's calling them angels, or other spirits around her to take her home. She tends to come back here every so often to see her loved ones and all. Not only does she come actually here to where she was buried, but she actually visits her loved ones as well. And I'm seeing something about a heart attack. I'm not too sure whether it was her or him, but there was a heart attack that had happened. And that the first one is not what got them, but the second one was. I am not too sure I'm not too sure of which one it was, but most definitely this name actually kind of brought me to it. So, sometimes that's what'll happen is I'll walk into a place like this, or even out on the grounds, and I have to go to one certain spot and find that spot in order to see what they're wanting, in order for their name to be shown on video or anything like that. But yeah, once again, Mr. Army Man in the black suit is still trying to talk to me. I had to push him a little bit, not really push him, but kind of ignore him a little bit to go to the next person, like what I was saying, something about the Smiths here. So yeah, most definitely. There's a lot of spirits going on in here, and they're all very friendly, but the one that caught my attention outside actually came in as well, and he does not want any videos or anything done here. But he's not everybody else. Sometimes spirits can overrule one another, I guess is how you could say it, or should I say I can overrule and go ahead and do my videos. But most definitely, if the Smith family sees this video, I hope you come here to Fairmont and actually say hello to your loved ones there. He actually came to her when she had passed away. I'm not too sure whether they were married, brother, sister, or whatever, but most definitely there was a lot of love there in that Smith family at that time. So now I'm going to go ahead and head out, and then I am hoping to get back here later on when it gets darker to see if we can pick up anybody's spirit, or in order to show you that yes, what I'm saying is true. But of course, a lot of you out there don't believe in this type of stuff, which is understandable because there's so many fakes out there. Of course, I'm not going to say I'm a fake, and I'm not going to say that I'm the real deal. I can only tell you how I feel on things when it comes to your loved ones that has passed away. So until this evening, I guess I will hold my video, and hopefully y'all will watch this video completely through and see what I see, but in a different perspective. than uh, than others. So everybody has their own ideas on this type of video. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you this evening. And I hope you enjoy my videos, and I hope you enjoy my little talks that I was having in there with the spirits. And hopefully there'll be more to come. All right, I will see you later.
All right.
Okay. Heading back towards the big cemetery. Almost there. There's where the pet cemetery is. We'll just drive around and see if anything's caught. Because if we're caught out of the car, we could be in trouble. Looks creepy through here at night.
Yeah.
And we already got a door slamming earlier. Yeah, there were people here earlier when we were doing the video. Okay, here we are. This way, wasn't it?
Yes. It's that way.
And there's the little thingy with the couple statue. Or something like that. Doesn't look too bad here. I'm not feeling anything bad. I'm not. Yeah, there's lights clear through the thingy there. I would say it's locked though. Oh my goodness, there is activity in there. What I can see and what you can see is different. There's a lot of activity in there. You got it pointed in there?
Yeah. You want me to take it off night vision or leave it on night vision?
Take it off night vision for a minute. And there's some activity going on in there. Of course, it's probably locked. So, driving up through here, when I first glanced in, I seen people standing there. So, there's a lot of things here that's not happy that we're here. But I think that's normal for any cemetery. And I don't feel anything bad, don't get me wrong. I don't feel nothing bad. So, yeah, I just seen something walking through there again. Down on the bottom floor. So, alright. Going around.
You want me to put it back on night vision?
Yes. Alright. Well, we made it back here to the cemetery. We had the camera zoomed into the... Yeah. What's that called again?
Mausoleum?
Yeah, the mausoleum. That's terrible. My mind went blank. I did see some things in there moving around. down in the bottom area, the first area that we went into the mausoleum at, um, putting the camera up through there, I seen something walking down in there. It was like a faint color, like a see-through grayish color. That's what I seen. I don't know if we picked it up on the camera or not, seeing how we had to be a little ways from the mausoleum, so nothing could be said. So, best thing is in bigger cemeteries like this is just to stay in the car. But the one spirit that didn't want me there earlier reporting was there again, and he still didn't like it. So I didn't want to really disturb him too much, not with the with it being night, because there's normally more spirits up and around at night than what there is during the day. But during the day, you can actually feel them and sometimes even see them in the daylight. So this time we didn't during the day. So right here is the pet cemetery. We're going to pull in through here, kind of turn around. See if anything is moving around. So, and then there are some lights up there. Those are those lights that they put on tombstones and stuff. So here's that one. Once again, we can't get out because we're at the main office of the cemetery. So. Turn around. I hope you enjoyed this last bit of the video. There's not a whole lot we can do in bigger cemeteries and stuff, especially on Memorial Day weekend. The cops are out pretty well everywhere. There's fireworks going on downtown Fairmont. I was hoping to get something, but don't look like we're going to. So I guess until next time, we will have another video coming out soon. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you watch more of my videos. Good night, everybody.